So you created your first video, uploaded it to YouTube, and the first thing that came to mind was, let me share it to my friends and family, especially the supporters who are actually keen on watching you, right? But that could be the worst thing you do for your channel, especially if you're a new creator. Well, let me explain. And that's what I did as well. Like, it's not something which is easy to avoid, but if I knew what I'm going to share in this video, I wouldn't have done it. And it probably is the reason that it took me so long to actually reach 1,000 subscribers, which was a monetization requirement from YouTube when I actually got monetized last year. So the reason why we shouldn't be sharing our channel as well as the videos initially is twofold. First thing is, YouTube would know how to find our audience, and they would have their own algorithms. They're always learning. But if we try to do the job of YouTube to find the right audience for our videos, it could be a big mistake. Because assume, let's say, initially, when I created a channel about my electric cars, I shared it with the people that I knew, including my family, my wife, my mom, who's been a great supporter. But what would be their first thing? First of all, it was an English show. So my mom's not a person who understands English entirely. Like, she would pick up words here and there, but she wouldn't be knowing what I'm talking about in the video. And that's a big problem when it comes to you sharing your video with someone who doesn't have the same interest in the content that you are actually creating. Let me actually elaborate it further. So how YouTube works is, it actually shares your video with a test group, right? Initially, YouTube doesn't know what you're creating video about. Right now, I think it's very smart that it picks up on words and tags and other things and from your title and thumbnail about a rough idea about your niche or what kind of video you're creating about. But it still tests your video against a group of people, right? And when the video reaches to that group, depending on how long they watch the video, or let's assume even before that, right? Assume YouTube shows your video to 100 people. Out of them, based on your thumbnail and your title, maybe 10 of them clicked on it, which gives you a CTR or click-through rate of 10%, right? And out of those 10 people, maybe 2 of them liked it enough to watch it to the end, which is very unlikely, especially when you're starting out, because obviously there's a lot that goes into creating videos, and there's a lot of skill as well as learning that's involved. So if you're getting a response of someone watching the video until the end, that's very unlikely. And that's a realistic thing which I was aware about, right? But coming back to the problem, out of those 10 people, maybe they watched your video halfway on average, which is quite good. But if you're sharing it with relatives and other people, which means you're giving YouTube that data as well, that you think, or the people that you just shared your video with would actually watch your video. But if they are like maybe my parents or even my friends, right? They would watch, or they would start to watch what am I doing, and maybe in 10 seconds or 20 seconds, they'll be like, I'm not keen on it. Let me just answer this call. So yeah, as I was saying, you shared the video with your friends, family. They watched your video maybe 5%. If anything, they just wanted to see what you're doing, what you're talking about. And given it's a fact, like, if you're just starting out to create videos, if you haven't been involved in video creation in your normal day-to-day life, chances are the video is not going to be good. And that's normal. That's a given. So the problem with that is, now YouTube got a test group which you included all those people that you shared the video with, also in that analysis of how the video is and how your channel is and how your content is. And the problem again with that is, you're giving YouTube as well as the algorithm not fake data, but data to sort of mess around with the process which YouTube actually uses or utilizes to find the right audience for you. And sometimes we feel that YouTube is against us or against new creators or things like that. And that's more to do with, I think we are trying to hide the fact that we don't want to work on our videos. We don't want to make better videos. And maybe it's too hard for us. And just to justify that we don't want to put that much effort into the actual art of video creation, we just think YouTube's not supporting us. And that could be the case. And hence, rather than focusing on what YouTube is going or trying to do against us, we should focus on creating nice videos, as well as improving our skill as video editors or video creators, or even a talking head, looking into the camera, focusing on your speech. This like thousands of things which you can improve on in every other video. And that's a fact. Like, how to work your camera, how to work your gear, how to use better mics, how to light it properly, where to place the camera, how to compose, what editing software you use, how to use infographics. And there's, like, as I said, thousands of things you can improve on. So focus on those. And if anything, YouTube would want your video to be successful, because that's how YouTube makes money, by getting people to watch videos and continue watching on the platform. So the fact is that YouTube's not against us, and they might be the most equipped when it comes to finding the right audience for us. So in that case, focus on the craft and try not to share your videos with people like your family, your friends, or even with your own Facebook groups, or just on Facebook. Because if you think about it, when you share something on Facebook, it's not just going to a group which is interested in that topic, it's going to your entire friend list. And they might be intrigued to know what you've been up to or what you're trying to do. But then again, chances are they wouldn't watch your video more than maybe 10% of the entire length. And then again, it triggers or tells YouTube that maybe the video is not good enough. That's why people are just clicking on it, but they don't think it's good enough. And that's why they're watching something else or clicking off the platform. And that actually kills the entire analytics and sort of hurts you more than you think. And realistically, think about it. Like, if I shared my video with my parents, right? They might think that it's good enough, and the first thing they would want to do is share it with the people they know. And the chances are, especially given my scenario, right? Like, look at my case. I shared it with my mom or dad. They shared it with maybe 50 other people, but they're like them, who wants to watch maybe news, who are maybe into Bollywood songs. But the chances of my parents, known people, friends, or colleagues, or whosoever, actually showing interest in a car channel, that too electric car channel, based out of Australia, is close to none. And they would do the same. Maybe they would click on the video, watch for a couple of seconds, language barrier jumps in, or the interest waves off, or whatever. They wouldn't watch it. And now retrospectively, I can see and appreciate it. Earlier, a single view on my video was big enough deal, because when you are just creating, you're just following the likes as well as the views on your videos. And actually, that's another thing which I believe all new creators do, but we shouldn't. That we should focus on the upload count rather than the likes and shares and all the other things which are related to just one video. And if anything, focus on the content title as well as thumbnail, because they are most critical when it comes to success of your video as well as of your channel. So let me know if you were thinking about starting a YouTube channel, and would you have shared your video with your friends and family? Because sometimes we're just too embarrassed for us to share the video as well. That could have been the case that maybe saved your channel. But I would advise, if you're starting out, or if you are, I believe, under 50,000 subscribers, don't share it with people that you're not sure that they're going to watch the video entirely. By the way, I still share my video with my mom because she wants to watch what I'm doing. And the good part about YouTube right now on the channel that I have for my EVs is that you can actually change the language to Hindi, which is her native language. So she is able to enjoy the content to the I think, extent that she understands what I'm trying to say. Not necessarily she would be interested in watching an electric channel. So hence I've asked her not to share my video further to anyone else. Like, you watch it, but don't just share with your friends or family. Doesn't matter how much you like it. Please don't share it, because I told her it hurts my rating channel or the money I can make off YouTube. So, and that's my reason for not sharing, as well as recommending you not to do the same mistake which I did. And hence, I would recommend not to do the mistake which I did. And good luck with your channel. And let me know in comments if you've reached 1,000 subscribers and what were the strategies that you used.